Hey loves, Giselle here. Thank you so much for watching. Today I got to film some really scary promos for LA TV, hence the super intense professional background. I got to rock a half skull look and it was just way too much fun for me not to share. Now, just to let you know, I was super rushed for time.
Are we ready?
Almost ready.
We're ready, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
But like my Day of the Dead look from last year, I did manage to mix up some black light glow in the dark makeup on both sides. I began by brushing on lots and lots of primer to help the makeup apply smoother and to at least try to keep some of the face paint out of my pores. Now, I drew my division line down the middle, but now I wish I kind of would have tried something else, like a diagonal or a top to bottom or a cross zigzag kind of a thing, but maybe next time. I'm using a full coverage foundation on one side of my face and all of my neck, and yes, it was totally weird applying makeup only to one side of my face at a time. Next up, concealer to brighten my eyes, some bronzer to contour my cheeks, a little powder and highlight where I needed, and then over to the other side where I kept a black light handy to test the evenness of the white face paint. To find out how I mixed that up to make it black light glow, click this box or the link below. And long and even strokes are definitely the key here. And also I used the paint to prime my lips as well as my eyes to make those colors stick and especially pop when I apply them in a little bit. Oh, and almost forgot, I went over and sponged the whole skull side with a translucent powder, minus the lips, and this is just going to set the paint, get rid of any brush marks, and prevent any future smudging and bleeding. And then, since I'd never used the Fluo Night makeup as actual makeup instead of over face paint, I did a lot of the testing on the spot as you're watching right now. I started off by dabbing the purple around my eyelid and pulling it in until about the halfway point, and then I applied the hot pink to the inner half of my eye around the tear duct and my lower lash line, layering and layering and layering both pigments to intensify the color and shape as I got more comfortable with the product. Now, like I said earlier, I was kind of in a rush, so I kept designs pretty simple around here. I used the same powder as my eyes. I added a little bit of Aqua Seal to make it more of a paint consistency, and I used my brushes as stamps, dabbing instead of tracing the petals for max color and time efficiency. Again, more in-depth tips for this by clicking the box or the link below. Now I let the petals dry and quick filled in my brow, and now to bring the character to life, or I guess death. I'm filling in my eye completely even over my brows with a nice thick coat of black face paint. Careful when going around the edges to keep the shape clean and round. Now a little break from eyes to lips, which I'm filling in completely with the same neon pink powder I've been using, and I'm actually using a narrow angle brush for application and precision, adding a little Aqua Seal to deepen the color. I even decided to blot on some black for a creepier effect, and then I used a thin brush to pull out for the cut around my cheeks and quick stitch marks. The nose for me personally is the hardest part. I don't know why, but luckily I only had to do one side of it. I traced around my nostrils and then shot up 2 little points and filled the whole thing in. Quick little detail of filling in the waterline. Quick light check, all is good in the hood. I decided to add some crazy lashes, topped of course with my glow paint. Then on the other side I curled my own lashes, cute face, I know, and I applied some false wispies. Letting those dry and moving on to hair. I just went crazy here, honestly. I needed to be quick. I teased the roots and the ends, lots and lots of hairspray of course, and then I flat ironed and smoothed out the other side. Quick application of thick mascara, quick cleanup and highlighting powder under my eyes and around my mouth. I also added a little white accent to my inner corners. And we are done. There is the final half skull look that I used for my scary Halloween promo at LA TV. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun playing dress up with my co-hosts, and now for more videos from me, especially Halloween themed ones like this one, click the playlist shown, and of course don't forget to subscribe and check out where else you can find me below. See you next time.